to go outside, buddy? Yeah? Okay. Hold Mummy's hand. One step. It's okay. Two step. Good boy. Hold on if you have to. Whoopsie daisy. Let's go. You good? Good morning, all. We fall over already. Good morning, all. Happy Tuesday. It is 16 degrees, but the boy has decided he's mad and needs to be outside, so he's rugged up. He's got his rocks. Wow, what you got? He's happy. Had an okay night's sleep last night. Only woke up once and then decided 6 o'clock was when we're just up for the day, so that's what happened. But he's just been out of sorts. He's not his happy self. I think yesterday was so big and fun for him seeing everyone that the day after is always a bit meh. Anyway, we trudge on. So the next however many minutes of my morning is just going to be me following around the child hoping he doesn't hurt himself. Yay. Like this, for instance. You found a stick. See ya. Also, these are another pair of pants I made him. They're like actual tracksuit style where they cinch at the bottom. That was a pain. Would have been a half an hour project, but I like to make things difficult. Tim's new fire pit was smouldering still when I woke up this morning. I think it's also just partly how cold it was. Got a high 23 today, which is lovely. The sun is absolutely stunning though. Just like this sun is absolutely stunning. Oh, you want to walk without me? Okay. There is, truthfully, probably more than I should have on my agenda today since I was out all yesterday. I'm going to make some homemade bone broth because when we get, Tim buys like a quarter or an eighth of a cow from one of the butchers, and they give us all like they give us a bag of the bones and the joints and stuff. So I'm going to use that to make some bone broth. Got some cleaning to do, got some projects to do. I can't even think it all right now, but my brain hurts. And it's cold, but my child wants to be outside, so this is where we're at. Also, Tim would want me to show the pink glycemins are in full bloom again. For some reason, they pop up like every 2 months. I don't even think you can see, but the bees are going absolutely insane around them. They're absolutely gorgeous. Yeah? Yeah? On my hand? We're not going near the bees. Charlie also in the last week has begun to be very talky. Like he's really trying to make words happen. Even if they're not quite English yet. Buddy, we're going to stay away from the bees. But yes, he's trying very hard to talk lately. It's not English. It's partly translatable for Tim and I. But he's learning more for food. He thinks nana is all food, not just banana. He knows mum. He knows dad. And the rest is gibberish. Tim and I were actually talking the other day, and by the other day I mean last night, about how crazy independent he's become just in the last month. He went from, needing reassurance and needing help and guidance with every little step, and now he's knowing his routine. He knows to run to the shower at the end of the day, and then he knows once he gets out of the shower he asks for the toothbrush. It's just, my boy's grown so fast. Yeah, you are. Yeah? No, these are just my morning thoughts as we go on our 16-degree walk. Good job. Got your rock still? With my very cute son. And on that note, probably going to chuck the camera away and just focus on him not accidentally grabbing a snake. Alright, we'll talk later. Say bye! I have been trying to prep a marinade for about 20 minutes. Charlie screamed and cried the entire time. I only was happy about him on my hip, which I cannot do a lot, especially with knives, with him on my hip. Finally got it done, and then gave him a scrap piece of lemon at the end. Turns out all he wanted was a lemon. Could have saved myself about 20 minutes of screaming. If only I thought of that. But on that note, finally able to get the chicken marinating and in the fridge for me to cook some dinner tonight. Ta-da! Progress. Hello again. I realise I haven't been filming much today, so I chucked the camera on. Tim's in the lounge room waiting for me to finish this so we can watch the show. And I'm making the bone broth. I have roasted a bunch of the bones. They're going in the Instant Pot. And then they will pressure cook to make broth. That's the plan. Charlie's asleep. Yeah. Actually extremely cute. It was a bit sad after I made the marinade. I ended up just cuddling him on the couch, and we were lying there cuddling, and I just chucked a 2-minute video on, and then I turned the video off, and I was like, he's been surprisingly still, and he'd fallen asleep on me. So I became nap trapped for the first time in probably 8 months. Like, he just doesn't do that anymore. He's very sweet, very wholesome, a little unexpected and unhelpful, because I did have stuff I wanted to get done with him. But he was extremely cute. Insert. Sometimes he just wants his mum. Trying to get all the little brown bits, because that's all flavour. Alrighty, it is all in the Instant Pot. The veggies are underneath-ish. I'm gonna chuck it on. Alrighty, now we'll see that in a couple hours. Hello again. Why did I put my seatbelt on? I have to get the gate. Anyway, hello. I am currently driving down to the post office, so I thought I'd just pop on and say hello and catch up on how the day has been. Firstly, I'm wearing the pants that I altered currently, and then as I jumped in the car, I felt there is now a rip in them that I don't think I can fix. Pause while I get the gate. Alright, I'm back. So yes, I just felt as I got in the car that there's a hole in my pants, and I seriously am wondering if it might just be better to let them go. Not in like the dispose of them, den the bin kind of thing, but maybe I use the fabric for something else, not even for pants for Charlie. I am not an aggressive pants wearer, and for some reason I have fixed these holes, hems, etc. probably up to 6 times. So I just don't think it's worth it. They got me well through my pregnancy, but I think it's just time to let them go. I'm sure I can use the fabric to make something at some point. Anyway, it has been a very, very busy afternoon. The bone broth is done. It actually beeped just before I headed out the door. But I better hit the Ozpost before they shut. Tim, very, very beautifully so, saw that I was getting a bit overwhelmed because, just for context, today I have cooked/prepared, I've marinated and cooked lemon and rosemary chicken. I did some rosemary pepper green beans. I did some, there's a lot of rosemary because our rosemary bush is going off. I did rosemary potatoes, like roast potatoes. I made bone broth. I made chia gummies for Charlie because I haven't done gummies in a while and he's getting a bit funny with food lately. I also made yogurt bark for the first time. It wasn't that difficult. It's yogurt stuff put in the fridge, but that was something I did. And I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed. So as the slow cooker went off, because I almost forgot that I had bone broth on, the kitchen was absolutely trashed, and so I was just getting a little stressed worrying about getting the kitchen done before the post office closes because I also want to do the bone broth. Anyway, Tim and I have a deal. I'm going to go to the Ozpost and get the stuff there. He is going to stay home with the boy, get the kitchen clean, and as a reward for that, I'm going to pick him up a little something from the spa. So, bit of a quid pro quo. He's a good lad, that one. I was feeling a bit flustered, and he's a good helper. I love him very, very much. Charlie has been a little emotional today, so it's just making getting done that little bit harder. Anyway, it's been a nice day. It's been a pleasant day. It's been a hectic, productive day. I've been needing to get back into productivity. I've been really lazy with meals lately, which has been we've been coping because I always have frozen food somewhere, and I've been surviving on frozen meals that I've done previously, which is really depleting my stash, which is not very good long term. So, anyway, that's why I did all the stuff today. I also needed the bone broth because I'm going to be making some other meals that needed stock, and I'd rather use bone broth if we've got bone broth in stock. It's just better for you. Anyway, that is all to say. We're getting through it. We're a good little team, me and my husband, and I guess Charlie helps too. We're a good little team. Anyway, I don't actually know what will be happening for the rest of the day, but I imagine it will just be as much one-on-one time with Charlie as possible. So I don't think we'll film, but hope everyone had a good, I think it's Tuesday. Honestly, my brain is tired and I don't always get that correct. But have a good day, and we'll see you when we see you. Okay, bye.